Yo, what's up guys? It's Mike Chan, SixPack Shortcuts. And today we're gonna be doing some shoulder training. I was training with my buddy last week, Luis, and we were hitting shoulders and he was showing me these 3 moves that actually went along really well, and I felt my shoulders like crazy when I was done. So he called it the triple threat. So today we're gonna be doing a triple threat shoulder training dedicated to Luis. So I like it because when you're hitting shoulders, you wanna hit it from all 3 angles. You wanna hit it from front, side, and back. This way you get the full round shoulders. So these moves are targeting to where you're hitting all 3. First move is gonna be an incline dumbbell front raise, and we're gonna be hitting front delts and traps. Then we're gonna go into an incline dumbbell wide front raise, working on the side delts and traps. Then we're gonna finish off incline dumbbell side raises for the rear delts. So these moves you might have done them before standing up or doing them in another sequence, but I like the way it's put together like this because you're hitting them back to back. Front, side, rear. So you're gonna be doing 10 reps each, and then that equals 1 round, and then we're gonna be going with 5 rounds total. So the thing that's different about this versus regularly when you're doing them is I've done them plenty of times standing up on my feet, but I don't do them very often in the incline bench. And the difference is without the support and the foundation in your legs to kind of help drive that weight, once your feet is off the ground and you're on like an incline bench, especially when you're slightly inclined, it makes it so much harder, it makes the weight a lot heavier, and it targets a lot more of your front delts. And also, I'm gonna show you how you can hit your traps by just raising it up just a little bit higher. So we're gonna be hitting it from all 3 angles. And let me show you these moves. I'm not going with too heavy of a weight. I grabbed a 10, 15, and 20 pounder just because I remember from last time, and this is gonna be pretty tough. So the reason why you don't have to use a tremendous amount of weight is because you're not using your feet and you're not using the leverage that you usually have with your feet on the ground, because you're allowed to go ahead and swing a little bit. You're able to use some lower back, and you don't have a lot of leverage when you have your feet up, and also if you're leaning forward. Now, a front raise is gonna look like this. You can either go 1 at a time, like this, or you can go both at a time. I recommend doing both if you could, just a little bit harder. So when you raise up, once you get to about right there to where you're about parallel to the ground, it works a lot on your front delts, and it's gonna target a little bit of your traps. But once you get it up a lot higher, I'm gonna raise up this bench a little bit. There we go. All right. So once you get up a lot higher, so this is gonna be front delts right here. Once you get past your past to where you're not parallel to the ground anymore and you're breaking parallel, then you're hitting your traps. So like that. So today what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna go just a little bit higher to where your weight is going above your head. So this way we can hit the front delts first, and then we can target them traps. One thing I like to do on shoulder training a lot of times is try to include my traps in it, so this way it gives it a nice even development. Because sometimes if I train shoulders too hard and you don't bring up your traps, it kind of looks uneven. So I like to kind of hit them on the same day sometimes. So that's your front raise. On your wide front raise, instead of coming to where you're about shoulder width with your dumbbells apart, you're gonna go wider to where you're wider than shoulder width. But the same idea, raise it above your head. So all the way up to here and down. So this I find really hits your side delts really well versus doing them like this, which also does. But in this move, in this workout today, what we're gonna do is after we do our front raises on a wide grip, we're gonna go into our side raises, and what we're gonna do is now we're gonna be focusing on your rear delts. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep your dumbbells turned this way and just come out to the side. When you turn it this way with your palm facing yourself and you bring it out to the side like that, it really works your rear delts, versus if you turn it this way and you kind of go back, kind of works your upper back, works a little bit more of your side. But we're gonna be hitting our side with the other move. So we're gonna be going front delts, we're gonna go with side delts here, and then we'll go with rear delts. Whew. Man. So these 10 pounds, I'm feeling it already, and this is just warming up. So we're gonna start off with our first set here, or our first round. 10 reps on the front raise. One more thing is, if you don't have an incline bench, but you have dumbbells, you can do all 3 of these moves exactly the same way on your feet. Just keep in mind, you probably have to use a little heavier weight and you won't be able to isolate your shoulders and traps as much, but it'll still give you a very similar effect. So I would recommend, if you don't have a bench, do it standing up. But if you have an incline bench, definitely use a bench so you can really get the full effect. All right, so let's get both feet off the ground. All right, 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now let's go into them, hitting the side delts, front raise, wide grip. Is getting too heavy already. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower down the weight a little bit. So do your best to get the 10 reps. You can either lower the weight if you can't get the 10 reps, or stick to a heavier weight and aim for at least about 6 or 7 reps here. Okay, I'm gonna finish off the last one. Side raises for the rear delts. Oh man, all right. So that's round 1. So we got 4 more rounds to go. All right, round 2. Let's do it, front raises. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're done round 1, we got round 2 in. So one thing also is, you notice not resting between sets. We're just going back to back on all 3 exercises. You want to take very, very little rest. Actually, you don't really want to take much rest at all, except the transition of going into a lighter weight if you need to. Besides that, just hit them back to back. Once you've done all 3 of your workout, 3 of the exercises, then you can rest anywhere from about 30 seconds to about a minute or so. Using the incline bench also makes it very hard for you to cheat. You can still try, you can still come off the bench a little bit, but it really restricts most of the cheating, which makes it that much harder. It makes them 15 pounds, or them 10 pounds feel like a ton. Third round in. Oh. All right, guys, fourth set. I think I was only about 8. Holy crap. So arms feel like jello. Couldn't even lift it up anymore. Okay. Fourth set, done. Last set, guys. Oh, 5 reps. Five sets. Well, 5 rounds. All right. Key points to remember in this workout. Number 1, if you want to make it difficult, make sure to, when you're using an incline bench, take your feet off the ground. If you want to make it easier, put your feet on the ground. But it kind of defeats the purpose of doing it this way, because if you want your feet on the ground, you can always just stand up and just do them, you know, just like that. But being an incline bench allows you to be in that incline position, which makes it that much tougher, allows you to not cheat, and taking your feet off the ground takes the leverage that you usually have with the support when your feet's on the ground. So you take it off, it makes it that much harder. So remember that tip. Another thing is rest as little as you can between every one of these exercises. Ideally, your rest time should really just be either grabbing a lighter weight or, you know, it's kind of catching your breath. After you're done with all 3 exercises and you're done with that 1 round, you wanna rest anywhere from about 30 seconds up to a maximum about 1.5 minutes if this is, you know, really intense and you're having a hard time catching your breath. Besides that, you wanna keep your heart rate pretty good, pretty high. You wanna keep the majority of the blood that you're driving into your shoulder region, you wanna keep it in there. That's why you don't wanna rest too long. Besides that, last tip, you wanna hit your traps more. The higher your weight goes, the more traps is gonna work. When you hit parallel to the floor, majority of it is delts, your shoulders, with a little bit in your traps. But if you see right here, this is delts, but the moment it comes up, you start to see your traps right here. So that's that 3rd tip. If you wanna target more traps, raise that dumbbell up higher. So hope you like this workout, guys. Try it out today for your shoulder training. Get fuller delts. More workouts, nutrition, SixPackShortcuts.com, baby. And I'll see you there. Peace.